Hello everyone, my name's Ala Ghanem and my friend is
Marar Ashur.
today inshallah we are going to discuss the symbolism in Hakil Perfin. I hope you are enjoying with us. Let's start. Symbolism. When you look at a literary text, there's a lot going on that isn't explicitly stated. In fact, the purpose of many literary devices is just to add depth to the story and give it meaning beyond the literal plot and character. One literary device that does this is symbolism. Symbolism is when a character, object, or event in a story stands for something bigger. A lot of times, this is something relevant to the society in the story that is set or written, in, or something that would be relevant to the readers. There is quite a bit of symbolism in the adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Huck. Huck is the protagonist of the novel. He symbolizes the struggle between a person and his conscience, as well as between society and free thinking. Throughout the novel, he struggles with the decision whether to help Jim escape or not. He wins in the struggle when he decides to ignore society's belief and stand loyally by Jim.
Jim, the symbol of all enslaved people in the South, he is looked down upon by all of the other characters in the novel and desperately seeking his freedom. In contrast, the rest of society. However, he is loyal and honest.
The Widow Douglas, Civilization and Normal Society. She forced Huck to wear civilized clothing, eat and speak in a civilized manner, and act civilized in all possible ways. Huck runs away from these symbols of civilization to free himself, to free of the river, and we will explain it later.
Mississippi River. One of the most prominent symbolism in the novel is the Mississippi, the big river that Huck and Jim used to travel. The Mississippi is used literally as a form of transportation, moving the raft carrying Huck and Jim down the river. It stands for freedom. Both Jim and Huck are using it to escape, though what they are each running for from is pretty different. For Jim, the river symbolizes the most basic kind of freedom. He is using the river to escape from slavery and being sold as property away from his home and family. Since the river runs south, his path becomes increasingly more dangerous. But the river is still taking him away from where he was a slave and toward where he thinks he might be free and able to work to free his family. The river represents all of James' hope for freedom for himself and his family.
Also, the river symbolizes freedom for Huck as well. He uses it to escape from his abusive, drinking father and also the society he feels satisfied by. The river takes him away from both Bob and Widow Douglas. These were Huck's two main options for homes, and he hasn't happy in either one. The only place he was really content was on the river. He was free to be himself and not constrained by society's rules and subject of Bob's abusive behavior. Clearly, then, the river symbolized freedom for both Huck and Jim. The raft. The raft, which serves as Huck and Jim's transportation down the Mississippi River, symbolizes also freedom for the rules of the society. When they are on the raft, Huck and Jim are free to act as they see fit. Jim is no longer a slave, nor is a Huck runaway. Instead, they are masters of their own fates. Huck says in chapter 18, we said there were not no home, like a raft. After all, other places do seem no crammed up and smothery, but a raft don't. You feel mildly free and easy and comfortable on a raft. And this and in and this and is on the raft that Huck and Jim feel most comfortable.
On the raft also, the rules of society, including slavery, are left behind. It's here where Jim and Huck have their best conversation. It's also on the raft where Huck learns to see Jim as a three-dimensional person and not simply a slave. When Huck and Jim are on the raft, they form a type of family, with Jim acting as a father. Such a relationship in any form would not have been forgiven in the towns they float past and sometimes visit.
The shore presents civilization and all problematic people who live in it. And thank you. This is our presentation. Thank you for listening. We hope you are enjoying with us. Thank you.